right now. Chris Brockman showing off his versatility right now, trying to help get the microphone all set up for Marcus Allen. And Mike Del Tufo has to actually open the microphone up for Marcus Allen. There he goes. My gosh. Mike.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
What a
fumble.
good.
Thank you.
What a fumble.
Appreciate it. Every kiss begins with K.
Okay.
Just practicing.
Very good. Well, in that regard, as you could see, Marcus Allen here on the Rich Eisen Show set, we've got a lot of hardware. We have the actual Vince Lombardi trophy, as we've had all day here so far. We're going to have it all day Tuesday. We're going to have it all day Thursday as well. And the Hall of Fame ring from Kay Jewelers. You have brought that right here. It's on the edge of my desk.
I know them both well. Yeah.
Yes, you.
Yes, they do. Hi. Hey, Vince.
Hey, Vince.
How you doing?
Hi, Vince. What story would Vince tell about your hoisting of that trophy? What would he tell him?
Well, Vince would tell you I had the greatest night's sleep you can possibly have.
Come on now.
Prior to the game.
Did you really?
And then Vince would tell you also that was my first Super Bowl, and I didn't know exactly, the particulars.
Yes.
Some guys catch the bus, some guys catch a cab. I drove a rent-a-car to the game.
Come on now.
That's the truth. And what you don't know is I pulled up, Otis McKinney and I pulled up to the parking attendant and said, "Excuse me, miss, where do the players park?" And she says, "Do you have a parking pass?" And I said, "No." She says, "Well, you can't get in." I said, No, ma'am. I'm playing with the Raiders. I'm playing in today's game, and I need to get inside." She says, "Well, I'm sorry. If you don't have a parking pass, you can't get in." So I looked at Otis. We backed the car up, pulled it against the curb, looked at each other. He grabbed his bag. I grabbed mine. We took off running to the locker room, and to this day, I don't know what happened to that rent-a-car.
Get out of here.
That is a true story. Now, think about this also.
You ditched the rent-a-car.
Yes, I did. Think about this, right? That's pre-9/11. I mean, today they would have shut down the whole game.
Yes, they would have.
Yeah. So
you ran Mad Dash.
Yeah,
that was your first. That was your first run of the Super
absolutely.
Sunday.
I ran to the locker room untouched, so I knew things were going. Yeah.
Marshall
well.
Faulk told me the greatest story of his first Pro Bowl experience, where he and Natron Means missed the bus to the stadium, so they drove to the stadium, and Marshall, being his rookie season, got a nice ride. It was, I think, like he said, a yellow Lamborghini.
Oh,
have you ever heard this story?
No,
okay,
I didn't.
Here we go. And you know Marshall.
Great,
you know Marshall very, very well. So he and Natron Means, it was raining that day, earlier in the day. He smashed the car up.
No.
Left it on the side of the road. Okay. To get to the game, they hitchhiked to the stadium. Left the car on the side of the road. And by the time they got to the stadium, Coach Bill Cowher of the AFC, because Marshall was a Colt,
right,
was talking to some troopers, some local Hawaii State troopers, looking for the owner of that vehicle. And Cowher, I guess, talked him out of doing anything with Marshall.
Wow.
Who then went out in the game and became the most outstanding player of the Pro Bowl, for which he got a new car. That's his story with his car.
Listen
Isn't that
here,
incredible?
And
he doesn't know what happened to that car.
See, I appreciate the commitment to get to the game. I mean, that's what it's really all about. When you think about it, I mean, here's a guy, he wrecked the vehicle, and still, most guys at that point would have said, they would have stayed there. They would have tried to obviously get the authorities and say, this is what happened. This is more important.
Sure.
No, he said, hey, let me get to the stadium.
He thumbed it.
Because I need to play.
With Natron Means business.
Oh, that's nice, man.
To the stadium. I got Marcus Allen here on the Rich Eisen Show. Joe Montana has been thrown out there many, many times with Brady as the greatest of all time. An argument. You've played with Joe. You know Joe. Joe still, by the way, the last Kansas City Chief quarterback to win a playoff game at home.
Yes.
That's still he still holds that distinction. Where do you stand on the Montana-Brady
I try not to get into that debate, Rich, but for me it's subjective because I played with Joe. And even at the sunset of his career, he was amazing. He physically couldn't move as well as he used to, but, I mean, his mind was so sharp and he can still throw the ball. But being in the huddle with him, and I've said this, I mean, his demeanor, the confidence that we had in him, and regardless of the situation, regardless of the circumstance of the game and how, if it was bad and it was dire, we felt confident that we could win.
So what was his demeanor like? No pulse, just regular?
Cool Hand Luke. You guys remember the movie Cool Hand Luke? I mean, he was Paul Newman. I mean, he smiled in the face of danger. I mean, he would throw a perfect pass and right into the guy's hands, and he would, you know, guy would come back to the huddle, and Joe would say, "That's my fault." I mean,
what do you mean?
He just.
Oh, just a joke?
Yeah, he just knew what to say. He just put guys at ease because he knew the guy was going to come back and you know feel bad about not making the catch.
I see.
He was just I call him the natural. He was just you know he was just great to play with and stuff. And so in that regard, I mean, I think he's the best. I mean, he's 4-0, but then you look at Brady's Super Bowl record. I mean, honestly, he could be 6-0. I mean, if it wasn't for a crazy catch by David Tyree or a incompleted pass that maybe Wes Walker could have caught,
yes,
it's a different story. So,
Marcus Allen here on the Rich Eisen Show. So, who would you say when you've got this Kay Jewelers ring? I mean, who do you? Because this is a neat part about this Hall of Fame ring and being part of the club that you're in, that exclusive club that some people are going to be joining this week. What is it like being in that luncheon, in that room where it's just you guys, you Hall of Famers, close the door, and does real talk get thrown out there?
There's clearly real talk, guys. What you understand is it doesn't get any better than this. And what you are surrounded with is some of the greatest players on the planet, and so you're awed by that.
Who are you awed by in that room?
Well, I've always had, I said, greater respect for guys that played well before I did, or guys that I grew up watching. They, you know, if, for example, I mean, let's just talk about Joe Namath. I mean, if he had social media, I mean, he would be so huge, it's ridiculous.
Well, he has it now.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
looking at his feed during a Jets or an Alabama game is entertainment.
Yeah, but just imagine if he had it while he was playing. I mean, and how big he would be. I mean, he was tremendous. He was huge. I mean, he was an icon. You know, he was one of the first guys to wear white shoes. You know, and there's a lot of other guys in there too that just have great admiration for. You know, obviously Jim Brown is one of them and stuff. But you know, and it's just great to be surrounded and rubbing shoulders with some of the greatest guys that ever played the game.
Marcus Allen here on the Rich Eisen Show. What are you doing with this ring and Kay Jewelers today? What are we?
Guys, Kay Jewelers, that is one of the most incredible designs, and we want to thank Kay Jewelers for that, the Hall of Fame ring and stuff. But they just recently celebrated their 100th anniversary, and they're also celebrating the partnership they have with St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Do a fantastic job. And they came up with this, you know, this fun way for people to get involved to help raise money. They sing that famous jingle.
We did that the last time we did.
Every kiss begins with Kay.
Very nice. Wow.
All right, so I've been working on that since this morning, guys.
That was very good, Marcus.
And so go on Kay Jewelers Facebook and Twitter account, and
use the hashtag Sing for St. Jude
donation. Sing for St. Jude, yeah, but post a video, and for every video, there'll be $100 donated, up to $50,000.
That's neat.
Now, I want people to know, right? I mean, because I saw some of the work that was done before, and it was amazing that I have rights of first refusal, right, to represent people, all right, because I may start my own label.
Yes.
All right, so, you know, it's important. But I don't have a name yet, Rich, so maybe you can help me out.
For what? Your album?
For people that can actually sing, because people have posted videos in the past, they're people that can actually sing. Well, they're really good.
Here's what we're going to do right now, Marcus. I've got the Rich Eisen Show studio audience right here.
Oh, yes.
Okay. I'm now going to shoot a video of all of us singing Every Kiss Begins with Kay.
Wow.
We'll post it. We'll post it. And then I'll get $100 for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And where every penny
we
counts.
Appreciate that, too.
Yeah, because it's all donation-based.
And don't forget to, you know, for the special someone, you know, Valentine's Day is coming up, too. It's the #1 jewelry store in America, guys.
Look at you, Marcus Allen.
Yes.
You're the most valuable player right now.
All right.
Okay, you guys all ready? I'm about to hit the red light button.
Somebody count them down?
Here we go. Hold on a minute. Let me reverse. Here we go with Marcus Allen right there. Here we go. And it's now rolling. 3, 2, 1, go.
Every kiss begins with Kay.
They gotta hold it longer.
Wow. One more time here. You outperformed here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Every kiss begins with Kay.
Change it up on us.
Well, you know. That's exactly why New Edition broke up. Somebody wanted to be the lead singer.
By the way, Lady Gaga, remember she double braved at the end of the national anthem last year,
and
it freaked people out.
Vegas was very
She double braved.
She did.
So we were wondering how long the national anthem really was.
Guys, you were excellent, by the way.
Well done. Yeah, give yourself a round of applause.
Appreciate it. You guys are awesome.
What do you think of the silver and blackjack? What do you think of the Raiders going to Vegas, Marcus? What do you think of that idea?
I certainly would like them to stay in Oakland, but I don't think it's going to happen. But people gotta understand that really they've been trying to get a stadium since 1982. I mean, that was the initial reason they moved to Los Angeles, because they couldn't get what they wanted. So they've been at this process for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope they get a stadium. Right now, it's a relic. San Diego, those two stadiums, San Diego Stadium, Qualcomm Stadium, whatever you want to call it, they're like dinosaurs. And then you go around the rest of, and see the stadiums around the rest of the league. And it's, it's rather embarrassing that they're playing in the facility. So I wish Mark well and hope that he gets what he wants.
What do you think of a team in Vegas, though? Think of that one.
It's a little bit scary, but I think
scary.
Yeah, I think people will travel. I think people.
Oh, there's no question about that.
They'll come from all over, and I was just thinking about perhaps it'll be a permanent home for the Super Bowl.
That would be, obviously Super Bowl LV would be the perfect time for that to happen. But that's in Los Angeles. That's already been given to Super Bowl 55 to Los Angeles.
Okay, so they have to figure something out. But maybe after that.
Las Vegas LVI might be the one. But
I know they try to reward new stadiums, but after that, I don't think they have to rotate anymore, do they?
I don't think so.
Because that would be a great place to have the Super Bowl.
Just permanent?
Absolutely, yeah.
Rip the knob off?
Every year.
Look at that. Okay, so everybody should sing the Every Kiss Begins with K jingle with the hashtag.
Every kiss begins with a K.
Wow, that's a hang time right there. Wow. Sing for St. Jude donation is your hashtag, and you get $100. And the folks at K give $100 up to $50,000 in total to a great cause, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Love having you on, Marcus. Don't be a stranger in Los Angeles. You were there for the Rich Eisen show. Show 2.
Right.
You and Marcus, and you and Marshall, unveiled the bust in the Rich Eisen show.
Right, in the great studio you have there, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I won't be, bro. Just call me, man.
Let
me know. You're the best, by the way.
You
All
too.
Right?
You too.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.